Hey YouTube, this is Travis with Nostalgic Duelist, and I'm here to actually give you a unboxing slash review, of Yugi's legendary decks. Now what this means is that these are all the decks that both Yugi and Yami Yugi have used throughout the entire original series of Yu-Gi-Oh! So without further ado, this is the beginning of it, which I actually like the design of it if you look at it. Plus it has that kind of like not Hyro, but like, what is it called? Holographic look to it. So if you look on the back, it shows you all the original decks that he has used with the modifications of some cards. And you have the God cards in here. You have some special cards that you can get from this box, and you have some of the original iconic cards that they had used in the series. So without further ado, let's go ahead and we shall begin. Let me go ahead and take this off, and then I will go ahead and continue the video. See you soon. Alright, so we're back. So now we're going to go ahead and we can take this off. Actually, if you look at the box, it kind of reminds me of Yugi's box when he was on the ship with Joey, and he gave him the Time Wizard. So if you see, you have the Eye of Horus. Well, not Eye of Horus per se, but something similar. You have the Millennium Puzzle, which I wish that was real. I wish that was legitimately real. And without further ado, we're going to go ahead and let it slowly descend to the floor. And now we're going to open our awesomeness. So we're going to go ahead and take these promo cards, and we're going to go ahead and cast these aside for now. We'll look at them later. So we have the original Exodia deck. This was not Yugi's deck per se, but this was Yugi's grandfather's deck. And Yugi's grandfather per se had used this in the Yu-Gi-Oh! R series, because he used to be a duelist way back in the day. And of course, after he had his heart attack versing Kaiba, then he gave this deck to Yugi, and of course Yugi had beat Kaiba with it by using Exodia. So I'm pretty sure you guys are very familiar with the deck itself. You've seen it many times. It's actually one of Yu-Gi-Oh's most iconic duels in the very beginning, other than Yugi and Kaiba's combative duels throughout the entire series. I think this would be one of the most iconic, other than the God cards. Now, this happened more or less when he went to Domino City. He started to evolve his deck, and this is kind of where it came out. So more or less, this would be after this one, because this was during Duelist Island, where he was on Pegasus Island, and this would be when he was in Domino City versing the Rare Hunters. This card, by the way, is pretty good. So if you guys need a deck review of each of the decks, please let me know in the comments below, and I will be more than happy to actually do a breakdown of each deck. And so, like I said before, on Pegasus Island, this card was actually pretty new, and it was one of his most badass cards that he's had, other than, of course, Summon Skull and Dark Magician. So I don't think there's anything else here. Nope. Okay. So now we're casting the box aside. We're gonna slide these over, and now we're gonna go ahead and open these babies up. So let me see if I can actually open this one-handed while I'm talking to you guys. So I got a question for you guys. Since I'm actually doing videos on this, what are your thoughts about Yu-Gi-Oh! Altogether? And I mean this collectively throughout the entire series, from the original all the way to the Pendulum cards. Please state your opinion, or don't be afraid to post me on, or tweet me on Twitter, and then post it on Facebook under the picture that I posted. And of course, don't be afraid to put a comment on YouTube. So let's go ahead and start this off with Electromagnetic Turtle. Once I can actually zoom in on it. There we go. So Electromagnetic Turtle. This one doesn't look like a card from the original series, but it's interesting. Okay, one second. Sorry guys, this just seems a little odd. So Electromagnetic Turtle is a card that has absolutely no attack and 1800 defense. And so what the card actually does, it says during your opponent's battle phase, you can banish this card from your graveyard and end the battle phase. That's not bad. It's also a quick effect, so you can do that immediately. Once used as effect of Electromagnetic Turtle once per duel. Alright, so it isn't bad. It's one of those stalling cards. So let's go ahead and move on. Actually, we're going to put this on the box because I don't feel like new cards should be on the floor. So we have Dark Renewal. Actually, the trap card looks pretty cool. It actually reminds me of something like from... What is it? From... What is the anime series? Holy crap. Wow. Okay, guys, so I'm drawing a blank. It's with Alucard. If you guys know what that series is, please put it in the comments. It's with Alucard the vampire. It reminds me of that. So, Dark Renewal says, when your opponent normal or special summons a monster or monsters, target one of those monsters and one spellcaster type monster from your graveyard. Or no, not from... I am so sorry, guys. I have a few hours of sleep, and trying to read cards here is just weird. There we go. Perfect. I just zoomed it up so you guys know it. Alright, so when your opponent normal special summons a monster or monsters, target one of those monsters and one spellcaster type monster you control. Send both monsters to the graveyard, and then you can special summon one dark spellcaster type monster from your deck or graveyard. It's a really good card to get out Dark Magician and or any of the variations. This one's interesting. Never seen this one before. Black Illusion. It says, until the end of this turn, all dark spellcaster type monsters with 2,000 or more attack currently control cannot be destroyed by battle. Their effects are negated, and also they are unaffected by your opponent's card effects. That's not bad. That's actually pretty good. So that Dark Renewal works in succession. So now we have these iconic, as I want to call, token cards, because these cards are they don't have any use for anything in this world. Neither did it have any use in that world. But these are just cards that they use as like forms of currency. Instead of paying a fee at the ship or a fee at the island, they would use these cards. So we have this card. We have the Set Sail for the Kingdom, which is really cool. We have the Duelist Kingdom one, which looks awesome. And then, of course, my favorite card. I wanted to get Yugi's, but that doesn't exist. But this one does. The Glory of the King's hand card. Of course, in the series, they always said the Glory of the King's opposite hand card. But this card, woo! Should probably try to cash this in for millions of dollars, because if I'm correct, that's how much it was worth in the anime series. So, yes, definitely worth it because of these three iconic, and they are very much so nostalgic cards. I wish that these cards had their real value in it. I wish that if there was like an event that you would have to use these cards. So remember, this is Set Sail for the Kingdom, Duelist Kingdom, and the Glory of the King's hand card. Of course, you cannot use these in duels. Obviously, they have no effects. They don't even say tokens, so don't bother. But just always keep them for collection purposes. And then, of course, associated with that, baby, we also have one more token card. And it's actually a token of Yami himself with a dual disc, which means this takes place in Domino City. So, definitely a plus. And then, of course, we have the three iconic god cards, Egyptian god cards. So, that is pretty much it to this. As you can see, Winged Dragon of Ra, Obelisk the Tormentor, and Slifer the Sky Dragon. These three cards are extremely powerful in their own respective manners, and they have a legacy that will last forever. So, this is Nostalgic Duelist with... Well, yeah, this is Travis with Nostalgic Duelist, and I will go ahead and see you guys in the next episode. Unfortunately, I know that we don't do a lot of videos nowadays, but please bear with us. We do have more, I promise. Alright, see you guys in the next episode. Thanks, and see you later.